Okay, welcome back. Another episode of Dorm Diaries here at TCU. I am your host, Corey Middleton. I serve as the Associate Director of Housing and Residence Life, but my favorite part is being able to talk to students and do this podcast. And I'm here today with another one of our special Horned Frogs. Olivia, go ahead and tell us who you are, where you're from, and what you aspire to be.
My name is Olivia Ricco. I am from North Jersey, 45 minutes from New York City. I'm an early education major, and I aspire to be an elementary school teacher, first through third grade. I've worked with kids that age before, and I really love the way they are.
Nice. Okay, let's pause there because you said North Jersey,
Mhm.
and my mom's from South Jersey and Philly. My dad's from New York, though, so shout out to all my New Yorkers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge Birds fan, so I got two questions.
Okay.
Where in North Jersey?
Like Montclair, Essex County,
Yes,
smaller
okay.
town, Cedar Grove,
We
but
know we know
general
the
area.
I know Montclair for sure. The second part is, are you a Birds fan?
No, I'm a Jets
I
fan.
knew it. Okay. So most people
Sadly.
in that area, it's so weird to be I feel like in New York, in the city, so right,
Hmm.
you're a Giants fan. But like Northern Jersey is kind of Jets
Yes, there
fans.
are a bunch of us, but we're just so bad. Like, that's, like, what my dad likes, so that's what I
Right,
like,
right, right.
but, like, sometimes it's just hard, like, they're just so bad.
But it seems like y'all are having a good off season, so maybe,
Hopefully. I
things are
mean,
gonna
they
change
always
up.
show promise, and
No, for
then it's
sure.
like,
I don't hate the Jets, so I will allow it. They're
okay,
also green
that's
as
good.
well,
Yeah,
so,
a little
shout out to the
allegiance.
Birds, shout out to the Jets, Jets, Jets.
Yes.
Interesting story enough, Montclair, you're so close to Montclair, like,
I literally, like, the next town, like, some of my friends who live in my town basically live in Montclair,
okay,
like,
so
so close to it.
so why not go to Montclair
Montclair State.
State and go all the way to Fort Worth, Texas, and come to our beautiful school at TCU?
Well, I have two older siblings, and didn't really pay attention to their like college application process, but my mom had told me when my sister was applying
Mm.
that she like found TCU because of the like amazing theater program that they have. So my sister didn't end up going to TCU, but it was always in like her mind. So when I came around to apply, I had no idea where I wanted to go. I just wanted a lot of school spirit, far enough away. I was never gonna stay home. That's why I didn't go to
Ah.
Montclair. I was
Mm.
like, I need to switch it up, do something new. But she was like, okay, what about TCU? Like, big school spirit. I love purple. And I was like, sure, like, why not? Then I used to be an all-star cheerleader all throughout like
Okay.
my entire high school and elementary school career. And I came here to Dallas to the Kay Bailey Convention Center for a huge competition.
Yes.
And we were like, okay, well, while we're over there, might as well drive to Fort Worth and look at TCU. And then as soon as I came here, my tour was a beautiful day. Immediately fell in love with it. And I was like, this is it. I had kept it secret for so long. Like end of April, I was like still hiding it from where like that I was coming here. But I knew as soon as the campus was so beautiful. And the one thing I always say is that the kids, like it was a school day, like they actually looked like they wanted to go to class.
Mm.
Like nobody was walking around like, oh, sad or annoyed. Like everybody had like big smiles on their faces. And I was like, people enjoy going to class here. It's like the school, like it must be. So I was like, okay, I have to come over here. I have to come to Texas.
Okay. Well, welcome to Texas.
Thank you.
It is a kind of a far cry. I used to make that
Yeah.
drive every summer and winter.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I
Uh,
could ever drive. People ask me, they're like, oh, to drive. I'm like, no, it's like over a day, right?
it is. It's well, if you, it's like 25 hours.
Yeah. Oh God.
Now, my foot, you can make it about 22,
A
but
little push on the
it
pedal.
was even longer because I have a large family, so we'd always have to make certain stops.
Stops, yeah.
Also, I had family in the Carolinas, so we would drive that way, stop to see
Mm,
them. So it was an
yeah.
ordeal. Um, but we are so glad to have you down here,
Thank you.
and glad to hear the story of what kind of got you down here. I've always been interested in hearing, like, especially from people who are, there's a lot of people from California
Yeah.
here, and once you talk to the people from California here, the connection actually makes a lot of sense. So that doesn't surprise me anymore. But hearing from what I would determine as being like East Coast or Midwest
Yes.
is always interesting. How did you find TCU? What made you come down here? Especially because there's such a diversity of schools in that
Mm-hmm.
area
Yeah.
that you can choose. All right, talk to me about like the process of what did you expect when you were coming to college about like living on campus?
So from like hearing people and like experiences, I was expecting like tiny, cramped dorms, like like walking around most of the time because you don't want to be cramped in that area.
Mhm.
I didn't know much about it, but like both my siblings have had like their freshman year, or they have like the dorm horror stories at their schools, the
Right.
small dorms. They love their roommates, but it was just like, mice. My sister had mice. Like it
Oh,
was like just
no.
a bunch of like scary stuff. So I honestly was like, whatever, it's gonna be different for you. Like I'm always someone who's like, you know what, you're gonna change it yourself. You're gonna like make a difference. And even if it's a horrible situation, you'll figure out some way to make it good. So I was trying to like have a positive mindset coming in. But other than that, I was like, oh, you're going to live on campus. And after I toured, I was like, I'll get to places super easy on this
Mhm.
campus because it's an amazing size. That's like,
Very walkable,
yes.
yeah.
So I was like, no matter where I am, like living on campus, I'll be fine with the area.
Okay. Did you know your roommate before you got here?
So, I did, the whole Instagram thing, messaging people.
Mhm.
I had tried that and it just didn't really work out for me. So I was like, you know what? I was like, I was confident enough in myself to be like, I can go random. Like I can meet somebody for the first time and be perfectly fine. So I was like, you know what? I filled out the housing portal on like the last day. Like I was really like pushing it back. Like I was just like, whatever, I don't care. Um, and then when housing came around, I couldn't find it. I was like, Mom, where do I look?" Like, I couldn't
Mhm.
navigate the website, and then I got an Instagram DM from this girl, and she was like, "Hi, you're my roommate. Here's where we're living." And I'm like, "Oh my god." I'm like, "Mom, like, this is who I'm living with." Like, I had found her. And so, like, that beforehand was, like, nerve-wracking because when you find that person on Instagram, you ask the questions, figure out, "Oh, are you this or this?" But
Mhm.
once I couldn't ask her any I had no choice,
Yeah,
like,
you
even
just
if
were in
you were
there,
a
right?
messy roommate, you were living with me.
Mhm.
But so we did, like, the little intro and, like, we're kind of, like, hesitant with it, up until we met each other on move-in day.
Okay. So, I hate to like I'm getting old, but when you say you do the whole Instagram thing, you're referring to, and correct me if I'm wrong, I got into TCU. I know I have to live on campus. Now I'm about to start finding other people who got in to
Yeah.
kind of like basically interview them to
Mhm.
figure out if we're compatible roommates.
Yes. So there's like TCU like class of 2029 pages for us.
Mm,
And like you post a slideshow of pictures. It's like, hi, I'm blah, 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 blah. I'm from blah, blah, blah. I love this, 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 and this. I'm thinking of rushing or I'm on the track team, whatever. And then you're like, oh, I'm looking for roommates. Or I'm looking for one roommate. And you just kind of put like a little bio about yourself.
yep.
And then you like refresh the page, you DM these people, and then you just be like, "Hi, like, are you still looking for a roommate?" That's how you get roommates. That's how most people now will get their roommates are from talking over Instagram,
Wow.
which is a crazy thing to
Okay.
think about because
No,
people could
honestly,
lie and
a
like
hundred
you never
percent.
know. So that's why I was like, it's not worth it no matter what I do. Like, I might as well just do it the old fashioned way
Mhm.
and just get a random person.
And like, what if you don't have an IG? Or you really not active? Or how do
Yeah.
you find? I guess if you're in a page, you can get the certain information. I find that to be
It
greatly interesting.
yeah, it is a definitely a crazy way to find someone to live with for a whole year.
Okay, so you have your roommate that
Mhm.
you kind of just took out on faith. Like, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna
I
do
was
what
like,
it
okay.
is. Moving day gets here. Y'all move in. Talk to me about what that experience is like. How did y'all decide on decorating the room? What parts of you were like, I kind of like this. Maybe I don't like this. Like, what was that experience like?
So we live in Carter Hall. So
Okay.
we have, a whole living room. We have our own rooms or
Hmm.
whatever. But she's super crafty. So immediately, like that summer before, she was like sending me like Canva, like made, and it was like a picture of our bathroom, and she put a curtain over it, and like
Wow.
all this stuff. And I was like, so then I like slowly was like, okay, she's great. Like I'm finding things out about her. We had agreed on like blues and pinks.
Hmm.
She loves pink, and I love blue. So we were like, okay, that's how we'll match everything. And then it was kind of just like a sent back and forth, like, okay, you want to get this, I'll get this, stuff like that. When we still like didn't really know each other, we were
Hmm.
just like texting back and forth trying to agree on certain things. And then move in day, she moved in the first day. So like we came for rush, so we were here that like week before.
Yeah.
And so she was the Friday, I think, and I was the Saturday. So she had like sort of moved in, and then I had come that second day, and she was like using that second day to move in. and I was so nervous because like my parents had already been at the dorm, so they had already met her and her parents, but I hadn't. And so I was like really nervous. I was like, okay, like this is the day I'm meeting her. Like I'm introducing myself. And she immediately came up to me so sweet. And then I was kind of like, I took a big like sigh and I was like, okay, this is gonna work out. I feel good.
Okay. Then is she, not to give up too much of our information, but y'all not from the same state?
No, she's from Minnesota, the Midwest.
Okay, shout out
So
to Minnesota.
yes, we love Minnesota now.
I do rock with Minnesota. So what differences do you feel like that you both have? You know what I mean?
Well, definitely like I don't want to say it because it's stereotypes, but like you have like that Jersey attitude and the Minnesota
For
nice.
sure.
And so like we kind of like play those roles where it's like she's super sweet and I'm like I'm nice, but I'm like
You
I could if
yeah,
I
for
needed
sure.
to. But yeah, we had that first week we went to the dining hall together and I vividly remember we sat across from each other from like an hour just going back and forth about what grocery stores we had.
Mhm.
Um the slang terms, that's a big thing. Like she would or like just little like things that she would say and I'm like, "What does that mean?"
Ah,
I'm like, "What do you mean by that?" And she'll like explain to me, but my favorite conversation was we were going back and forth asking questions about each other and both states. And I was like, "Oh, what do you like ask for when you're getting gas?" She's like, "What do I ask for? Like, I just get out and pump the gas."
'cause you don't.
And I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "Oh my," because I don't pump my own gas.
Yes.
And because I had this conversation with my sister and we were talking about what we both asked. So I was like, "Oh, this is a good like icebreaker. Like, ask what she says." And I literally remember we were dying in the middle of the blue for like 15 minutes. It was so funny because I was like, I felt so embarrassed. I was like, wait, like Olivia, not like there's like nobody who has someone else pump their gas. And I was like, oh God. Yeah, because we don't do that.
Yeah, no, this the whole state, right? It's like a state
All in New
thing.
Jersey, yeah.
So then what do you say when you pull up to the gas station?
I'll say like, can you fill it up like 20 regular or 20 cash regular?
20 that means
I
like
have a $20 bill. Take this and fill as much as you can regular with it. And
okay.
then if I really need, if I'm like, okay, I'll spend the money, I'm like, can you just fill it up regular? And then you just get your whole tank.
If you really have the money.
Yeah, well,
Hey, I'm still in that struggle. I'm
I
like, I
gotta get my
need
Starbucks after this,
nah,
so I
facts.
can't.
10 on pump two, and then I get what I need to get afterwards. Now
Mhm.
that's it's interesting. I love that. I love to hear like those little small cultural things,
Yes,
right? That
because it's so
are
different.
100%. You're like slang terms and stuff like that. You use verbiage that like a Texan or even somebody as close as Minnesota would not
Doesn't
use,
use.
and she might do the same. So, interesting. Good, good, good. Okay, what's her major? Do you know?
Psychology
Psychology.
and
Shout out to the
minor
room.
in child development.
Nice. Okay.
So we're
I
similar,
was about
similar
to say,
areas, yes.
yeah,
So a bunch of
100%.
our classes will sit and we'll just talk about like what we learned
Hmm.
and how we can use it in our own majors.
Speaking of classes, how was your first semester?
It was really good. I had, a few education classes, and then I had, other realms. I had like a criminal justice class, which was like in the beginning, I was like, oh God, I don't think I'm going to be able to handle this, but I loved that. Um, Super easy, like close distance too. And like I was nervous because everyone's, all the teachers in high school are like, oh,
Hmm.
college classes. Like you think it won't slide in high school, it definitely won't slide in college, but super fun, like engaging classes.
Yeah.
The teachers just want to help you, like no matter what. So it was my first semester was really, really good.
Good. We're about maybe 5 weeks. The ice week took me off of the week, so I don't know where we are.
Yeah, a little snow.
Um, but for those who are listening or maybe not from this area, we don't really get snow like you may get snow in the winter. We just get ice, and
Yeah,
that
it
threw
was
us
a lot
off
of
a week.
ice.
Yeah, it
And
just
I understood. I was like, oh yeah, I understand why they like shut everything
closed.
down
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
because they're not
people,
ready for it.
because if you're from the north, the
They're
argument
like,
is
oh
like,
my
oh yeah,
God, look at there's no
yeah, but it's
snow.
not snow. It's like it's ice. It's
It's
like this thick. People on my
and
street
then
were
you
skating on it.
yeah, you have snow on top of it, so you don't know. I'm like, this is so hard. They're like, it's all ice underneath. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, I'm gonna
100%.
slip. I'm gonna
We
move.
might get like a centimeter of snow, and the rest of it is
It's just
ice.
straight ice.
So welcome to Texas, and that'll only happen about 1 week a year.
Yeah.
So typically it happens in February. We
Yeah,
got a
that's what
little
I
early
heard.
this year, so
We
I'm
already
a
in
little
February.
afraid for summer.
Oh god, it's gonna be
Okay.
hot.
All right. Tell me something about your like roommate. And you kind of talked about this, but tell me something about your roommate. How they grew up or their life back home that helps you like better understand who they are and how you can treat her.
Okay, so she went to private school and I went to public school. So
Okay.
that was one of the immediate differences we saw because, obviously like private and public schools are so different.
Mhm.
They were both similar size. I went to 400 kid public school, so like super small, but we just grew up in, different areas. Like as a private school kid, she was more like sheltered, didn't do as much, and like as a public school kid, like we had like a lot more stuff in like the town. Um, but so we would like go back and forth and talk about certain things. I think she went to a Catholic private school.
Okay.
So the vibes were definitely different. She was talking about like, oh, how she had to like do this and this. And I just understand now when I like we have certain conversations, I'm like, oh, like you couldn't do this in high school or
Mhm.
like you didn't do all this big stuff. And she's like, yeah, no, it was more like lax, chill, like, or she's like, oh, you didn't have this. And I'm like, oh no, they wouldn't allow that in a public school. And so it just like makes our conversations like make more sense when
Yeah,
we have different views on certain things, especially that like revolve around like when we talk back about high school.
for sure. Okay, so what was the moment where you felt like y'all truly bonded to be more roommates and not like, I'm just being a polite person,
Nice person.
Like at some point there's a threshold you cross where you're like, I actually like enjoy this person. I want the best for them. Like I live with them. They're my roommate. They're not just like I'm
Yeah.
being nice.
So I am like really like I love my shows and my movies. Like
Hmm.
that's like my favorite thing. Like if I'm watching my show and my movie, like I'm door shut, like I don't want to be bothered. But back in like September, we had decided to watch a show together. And like, I was like, wow. I was like, I am like having such a great time with this person who I met like a month ago, like bonding over something that's so special to me.
Hmm.
And like, it just felt so natural. Like, it felt like I was watching a show with a friend of like 10 years.
Right.
And we had like it was a very like it was a mystery show, so there was a lot of like tenseness in it. But that's when I was like, okay, wow, like this is great. Like I feel so comfortable with her that I can just like turn on a show. We're sitting there like watching. And it's like I feel like in a friendship, you've made it when you can sit in silence on your phones and it's not boring.
Yeah.
Like I have it with my friends
100%.
back home. Like if you're able to just sit there with someone and not need to be having like this conversation 24/7, like that's when you know you're friends. And
Yeah.
now we do that all the time. She's sitting on the floor, I'm sitting on the couch, I'm watching a show, she's doing homework or vice versa, whatever. And like I just know like I'm comfortable here.
Yeah. There's a certain like security. I call it parallel play. Well,
Hmm.
that's like she's a psychology major. She'll learn that. Um,
Just playing next to each other,
yes,
but not
we
doing the
in our
same
own
thing.
way. There's a when you have true friendship there, there's a security of like I
Yes.
enjoy your presence. It
I don't have
doesn't
to do
mean
too
that we have to
much.
be talking or around each
Yes.
other. It's just I like that, and that to me is like one of the things as an older person I miss about being in college is that my friend groups. It's like a small city, right? So
Hmm.
like my friend group, sometimes it was just I'm gonna go lay on the couch and we're all gonna be in the same room. None of us are actually interacting with each other,
But you're just
but
there
we're just there
together.
with each other, right?
Yes.
Having a great time and bonding
Feels
with
so
each other.
special.
But now I have other questions.
Okay.
You said you're such a shows and movies
I
person.
am.
I need to know all about this. Give me the shows that are like hot right now for you and like what movie that you've enjoyed recently.
Oh, okay. Traders.
Girl, I'm finna spoil right now. I'm gonna give you a little insight.
Okay.
I applied to be on next season.
Really?
I did.
Oh my God,
I
stop.
love
I
that
want to
show so
watch.
much. Okay, are you caught up? Did you watch last night's episode?
Oh my God, it was Thursday.
Yes.
No, I didn't. I'm going right
Uh,
after this.
okay,
But
that's
we can
fine.
we
That's
can
fine.
talk
We
about
could,
them
yeah, yeah,
before
yeah. We'll do it off
because
pod.
shocked to my core. And listen, I'm a Love Island girly, like boots down.
Okay.
Like I
Yeah, yeah,
love
yeah.
Love Island. And so when I saw Rob, I was like, yes, Rob, like this is so great. He's getting on my nerves.
Well, he playing the game
I
for
know.
sure. He's
And
cooking.
I'm like, it's so hard for me because like I was like, do you root for the traitors or the faithfuls?
It to me as a viewer,
It's such a hard like
I don't actually want to. I'm not rooting for anybody because
you
I'm
just
not on the game,
yeah,
right?
you just
I
want to
want to see
watch.
good gameplay.
Yes.
I think this season that it has been great gameplay, except stands for like 2 moments where I
Yeah.
was like,
Oh yeah.
last night's episode was some of the best
Was it good?
gameplay
Okay, I'm so
ever.
excited.
And I didn't know much about Rob. My wife is into Love Island.
Hmm.
She loved Love
It
Island.
totally makes sense why he plays
So
the game the way he does, though.
I mean, he's
Like
cooking.
you believe it. Like, woo.
He is cooking.
Okay.
Okay, traders. What else?
Um, I'm trying to think of that. Tell Me Lies.
Fire.
Do you watch Tell Me Lies?
Yes.
Okay,
Fire.
another I just love the crazy shows.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm nervous though. I don't know how they're gonna wrap everything up in one more episode,
Sure.
but so good. Like, and it's so relatable. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously my life is not as crazy as theirs, but it starts their, college freshmen
Mhm.
and they're going through
Mhm.
things and I see very similar things with, friends or whatever. So that's another big one. I love that one.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I'm not a big like because I binge so much. It's hard for me with these like one
Yeah.
episodes per week,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it
yeah,
like
yeah.
keeps me calm.
Did
And
you
then
watch His and Hers?
no, but my best friend like she recommends me like all the shows because she loves these crazy shows, and my mom too. So she's like, you have to watch this.
Yeah, I feel like if you like Traders, if you like Tell Me Lies, if you like kind of that mystery thriller type shows,
That's good.
His and Hers, and you can binge. It's all out now. So
Yeah. Okay.
like, if you want to go,
Is it a
that's
limited series?
it
Is that
is.
one okay?
It
Yeah. So my mom
is
told
the
me about that
first
one.
day of the ice storm. I binged
Binge
that
it all.
entire
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Yeah,
That might be my Friday
exactly.
activity then.
If you got 7 hours,
I do,
no.
honestly. Today I have nothing. I got no classes on Friday,
just
so
just go ahead and knock it out. Okay, that's great. What about movies? What movie have you watched recently, or like what's your favorite comfort movie of all time?
I'm a big Harry Potter fan. The
Okay, you're a
biggest. So
wizard. What house are you?
Ravenclaw.
You know what? Thank you. Somebody give an applause for the fact that you
That's one of
did
my
not
favorite
say
colors.
Gryffindor.
No.
I feel like
Uh-uh.
everybody be lying because everybody want to be a Gryffindor. I'm
Yeah,
a
my sister wants to be a Gryffindor too.
I'm
She's
a
swears she is. Okay, my
Slytherin.
mom's Slytherin. We love Slytherins.
Exactly. I feel like they get a bad rep, but we're not gonna talk about it. You might be the first Ravenclaw I've met.
Really?
Yeah, I either met everybody tells me that they're Gryffindor.
Well, they might be, but if they really are, then you
They be
gotta test
capping.
them.
Not
If they say
facts.
that they are, you gotta test them and quiz
Facts.
them.
Or Hufflepuff. That's like, and then they say it begrudgingly. They're like, "Oh, I'm a
Yeah,
Hufflepuff."
it's like,
So
come on.
exactly.
We
Okay.
love all houses.
Indeed, I rock with Harry Potter for sure.
Yes,
Played
big,
the video game and everything. I don't want to derail the conversation into that though, but I'm glad that you told me.
of course.
We'll definitely chop it up about that. All right, let's talk to me a little bit about like what it's been like setting boundaries, right? Like, what boundaries have you set? What boundaries do you feel like your roommate has set? Have there been any boundaries that have just kind of coalesced or just appeared?
Yeah, we have like a very like we're very open with each other. Like
Hmm.
there's never a moment where we're like you have a problem and you don't say it. Like I just think we got very lucky with like our schedules and stuff. Like we both can like stay up really late with each other, but we also can like go to bed really early. And I just it's hard for me sometimes because I'm so lucky because we have our own rooms.
Right.
But, we kind of like each have our own jobs. Like she loves to clean. She's like an avid cleaner. Like I came in yesterday after class and like our rug is up and I look, she's in the bathroom. She's like, I'm deep cleaning. I was like, okay, like that's great. And then like we each like just have our own things. So we've never like had like a situation where it's like, oh, you did this and we talked about not doing it.
Hmm.
Because I think we're both pretty quick to like, oh, if we like, let's say for messes, if we make a mess, we clean it up. If you put something in the trash and it's full, you take it down to the trash room. Like we have I think that's because we were so open in the beginning
Yeah,
that now we don't really face any of those like bumps or whatever. So that's like really great and really easy with
for
us.
sure. And it sounds like there's a level of like accountability there,
Yeah,
right?
like we both know like if something's wrong or you need to like fix something like you call if you see something's wrong with like we had like an outlet that was uncovered.
Hmm.
Oh, you see it, maybe the roommate doesn't, go call in a request, get it fixed. Like and it's because it's like it's your own living space
Yeah,
too. So
yeah,
you
sure,
want to
home.
make sure it's up to par.
100%. Okay. So talk to me about then you talked about how it was like y'all had it out in the open. I say had it out in the open kind of sounds terrible, but like from the beginning you were open with your
Hmm.
communication and stuff. Do y'all both have different communication styles?
Um, I don't necessarily know. I think we're both like, yeah, actually I do. I think I'm a lot more like straightforward with it.
Mhm.
Like I'll just be like, oh, this, and she's a lot more like she doesn't wanna tell me if something needs fixing because she's so sweet
Right.
and because she's so nice, and I'm like, "Just tell me." Like, if I need to change, just tell me, like, I'll fix it, and but it works for us because
Mhm.
we both understand, like, she understands, like, she'll laugh at me if I, like, get a little crazy, and because she knows I'm just like, that's just how I am, and when she's being really nice, I'm like, "It's okay, like, you don't have to be nice, like,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
time. Like, you can just tell me if I need to fix something because I will." But, yeah, it's pretty easy with us.
Good. Okay, I love that. Um there's also like from a cultural standpoint, I know the Jersey girls and Jersey communication in general. For
Yeah.
most people, sometimes it seems abrasive, right?
Yeah, it's just how we are.
Exactly. That's how I try to explain it. I'm like, it's not really. Anytime I go there and I go with other people who have not been there, and they're like, damn, that's kind of rude, huh? I'm
Yeah.
like, not really. It's life is so much faster and a different
Oh,
type of pace.
100%.
So we love to deal down in the South in pleasantries and like taking
Yeah.
time and everything else. And so it's like it's just a different mode of
Yes.
communication. I think if there is disrespect, they will let it be
Oh,
known that
yeah,
there's
there's a huge difference
disrespect.
between, like, just being ourselves, which is that fast, like, quick
Yes.
pace, like and then being completely, like, totally rude.
Hmm.
And, like, you hopefully, you'll never have to see the difference, but
For sure.
there is a difference.
Do you feel like that you have, like, thought about that in your transition to coming to Texas, the, like, cultural differences in the way that you speak and other things?
Yes, I even, like even being back home for winter break for, like, a month, I remember that first night I came back, someone, like, offered to help me carry my bag inside, and I was in the elevator, I was like, "Wow, I forgot." People are just so nice, and,
Yeah.
like, the one thing I said was, like, "Sure, we'll" like, Jersey will be like, "Oh, do you need help?" And, like,
Mhm.
they'll be, like, saying it to be nice, like, they might have something else to do, but they'll be like, "No." The people here, like, if you need help, they'll drop what they're doing and like, help you, like,
Yeah.
they truly mean it, and, like, it's a little scary sometimes because I'm like, "Oh my" everybody is just so nice, and, I mean, it's great, I love how nice everybody is here.
Good.
It's just, like, it's, like, such a big difference, like, it's coming in from the summer, but even coming in after, like, a month at home.
Right. Do you ever feel, I hope you take that nicety with you.
I
No, I'm
think
just
I
joking.
do. I think I bring it back.
Uh, do you ever feel homesick? And if you do, how do you combat that?
Yeah, it's definitely, like, the late nights when you're sitting in your bed having nothing to do.
Mhm.
But I FaceTime my friends all the time. Like, I FaceTime my one of my best friends so much that, like, when we see each other after break, it like, we didn't really miss anything
For sure.
because 'cause we've been FaceTiming all the time, but I also, like, have a little picture board in my room, so, like, late at night, if I'm just, like, don't wanna go on my phone because 'cause I'm, like, trying to go to sleep, I'll, like, look at all my friends on, like, my picture board. I call my mom and my dad all the time, like, nonstop, and I didn't think I would. I thought I was because I remember, like, my brother and my sister would always be on the
Always.
phone at the dinner
Yeah.
table, and I'm like, "Guys, like, we're trying to eat dinner. Why are you calling them all the time?"
Mhm.
Then I got here. I thought I was gonna be independent, not e no, I call her, tell her everything. Like, I know I'm gonna call her after this and be like, "Hey, mom, I just finished." Like, I'm gonna tell her all about it. Like, so just literally because it's texting them is not enough. Like, I need to see
Sure.
them on FaceTime or hear
Mhm.
their voice, just to make me feel more at home.
Mhm.
And then another thing is finding other people from Jersey here. I think that
Oh,
goes with like
nice. For
anybody
sure.
because you find that little like touch of like home. But even if they're from like South Jersey or wherever they're from, it's like, okay, you get me. Like you
Mhm.
understand me and I can have like a normal conversation with you. And that definitely makes me feel like a lot better because I'm not alone out here. There's other people from my area that came out here.
For sure. For sure. I gotta meet some more, uh, people from Jersey for sure. I think you might be the first one that I've met here.
Oh, there's a decent amount of us here. You gotta
Tag
find
me
us.
in. I get crazy faces when I say hoagie. Anyway, uh, but it's alright, you know. If you go in my house, it's just straight East Coast,
I love
and
that.
then outside it's just I'm a Texan. Don't get it twisted.
He's like,
Don't get it twisted.
he's just trying to be nice to me
No,
because
for
I'm from
sure. But
Jersey.
I do love. I mean, I love Jersey. I love New York. It's such like a large piece of me as well because I spent a lot of summers and winters up
Over there,
there.
yeah.
Um, so I feel like there are times where when I go there, I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm at home or
I'm
whatever,
here,
right? Like,
yeah.
I split my life, but don't get it twisted. I do love Texas. I just hate the heat. Anyway, okay, this is a fun one.
Okay.
What do you think is the biggest myth of having like a random roommate?
Um, that you can't get along. I think like for me personally, I even no matter who my random roommate was, I feel like I could find common ground. I think people are just so scared. Like, oh my God, I'm rooming with somebody who I had no contact with. Like, there's no way we can get along whatsoever. Like, you could be total opposite majors, total opposite parts of the country, like, not have any similar interests, and just like you're both people, like, you both can find at least one thing that's common ground. I just think that like the random roommates, people, and they always think they're gonna be like insane, like a crazy person. And it's like you're like don't forget like you're the random roommate to this person.
This is true.
Like as scared as you are, this person is also scared. And like you never know like who a person is until you start meeting them. And yes, if it doesn't work out, like that's obviously a possibility, but I just feel like a lot of people get so scared that they don't even like try. And like that's when you'll get the roommate scary stories. Is
Hmm.
like when you don't put any effort in to get to know somebody because if you think about it, all your friends were random at one point.
Yep.
Like the friends you make at college are random roommates, just you're not living with them. So it's like if you can just get past that initial like awkward like getting to know each other
Hmm.
phase, then I think you'll be perfectly fine. Even if you don't get along, like all you have to have is like a nice vibe between you two that you can sleep together, like sleep in the same room and be fine. I think you'll be fine.
Okay, so then what would be like one tip to break the ice in the beginning?
Um, coming from like coming to college, like it's like I was talking about before. You want to talk about things that are close to you that make you feel like calm and more normal being away from home. So just ask like the easy questions that like I always think ask a question that I want to answer.
Hmm.
So like, oh, like what's your favorite thing about your hometown? Whatever. And then you ask that, you slowly get to know each other because even if it's like harder to like if you're nervous about hearing what they have to say and like nervous about talking to them, you just focus on what you're saying and be like, okay, my favorite thing about my hometown is this. And then the conversation just feels more natural once you're calm.
Hmm.
And talking about things you love like will automatically calm you. Like whether it's the people you love, just movies, shows, anything, like
Yeah.
that automatically calms you down. So when you're talking to somebody for the first time, like you want to make sure you're at that like most calm state and so the vibes aren't awkward.
Hmm.
So it's just ask the simple questions. You don't need to ask like, "Oh, what is this?" like these deep questions when you first meet someone. Just like break the ice with simple questions. Obviously the where are you from? Maybe like what was the vibe of your high school you went to? Just like those simple questions that it just makes it like a more flow conversation.
For sure. I love the tip of like ask the questions that you want
You
to
want to,
you want to
yeah.
answer. Never thought about it like that. You're wise beyond your years, and I appreciate
Thank you.
that.
That's why I'm a Ravenclaw because I'm
See, there
wise.
you go. Here we go. Okay, shout out to Harry Potter again. I'm gonna the next question I was gonna ask you. Well, I'm still gonna ask you what habit, right? So this is like more of just like a than a tip. What habit do you think helps keep the peace in the room?
um I think it's that nice balance of like spending time together and then having your alone time. So it's like, you should designate, especially if you like have schedules that match up. If you're like
Hmm.
in, because that can be something that affects like you and your roommate. Is like if you have like me and my roommate first semester had the same exact schedule, so we were always like out of the room together and in the room together. So like I get that can be hard because you're constantly like with each other all the time, but if that happens, then it's just like, that first, hour, 30 minutes you come back from class, take a break, like calm down. You both came back from class, you're probably tired or whatever, but like then after that, like have conversations,
Right.
like, do the thing. You can watch a show together or, both watch your own shows and talk about it. And it's just finding that balance of like, yes, you want to be social because, you're living with this person, but it's also like, I get it. We're all college students. Like we're all stressed. We need a break sometimes. So it's like, just find that balance of like, okay, right now I'm just gonna, put my headphones in, like take time for myself. And then right now we're gonna have a nice conversation, go grab food, spend time together, have friends over, do whatever you can. Just find a good balance because when you're constantly doing things or like if you're constantly like having people over or talking, like it can get really like you just want alone time. Even I feel that. I'm like, we had a Valentine's Day party yesterday and I was like, okay, guys, like I'm gonna go sit down by myself for a while because I was like,
Got to decompress a little
yes,
bit. Yeah.
and I don't want to like, if I start getting too overwhelmed, I don't want it to affect anybody else. I want everyone else to have a good time. So it's like you just find that balance of you, and it might be different for you and your roommate, and you just be like, okay, I think I'm gonna like go study, and you can go like outside and study, or I think I'm just gonna listen to some music, and you just chill. Just find that like break period for you too.
Okay. My assumption is that your roommate is going to listen to this episode, but
She better. Paloma?
if she is, what would you want her to know?
I would want her to know that she is honestly a whole reason of why I was so comfortable here. I literally like first semester called my mom she's like, "Why aren't you going out? Like, why aren't you hanging out with people?" And I was like, "I just am so like, I just don't feel right." Like, it was so hard for me to like adapt. And I think it's because I was so confident that I was going to be able to like be here alone. But anytime I was like getting stressed, I'd go and sit in the living room, go knock on her door. So I just want to thank you for literally being open when I talk about all of my lore from back home. She knows all of my lore from back home, which is crazy, and she'll remember it. Like, I just want to thank you so much for, like accepting my craziness and being like my best friend at school. And you will always be my first friend at TCU.
Ah,
She is. She is. And we're not living together next year because I'm living in my sorority house.
no.
But
Okay, okay,
side note, her friends, like one thing we like established was her friends are my friends and my friends are her friends. We're
okay.
in two different sororities.
Mhm.
And so she brings friends over. I know all of them, love all of them. I bring friends over. She knows all of them, loves all of them. And so I think that's another big thing is like make a big group. Like you can do your separate things. Like we each do things with like our own friends, but like our Valentine's Day party, we were all together and it was great vibes.
Right.
And so like she introduced me to so many people, which again, I'm so grateful for. And I did the same thing for her.
Okay. Shout out to her. And shout out to just great roommates, man. This
Yeah.
is, I feel like, such a great
You guys
episode of
make
just
you
learning,
make our lives so much
you know?
easier.
But also, I think it's you too, right?
Thank
Like, if
you.
you have this relationship with your roommate and it is just fruitful, that's also in part of the work that you have put in to be a good neighbor, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
while you're here on campus as well. So, I have 2 tasks for you at the end of this episode.
Okay.
Number 1, okay, is that you help other students get onto this podcast.
Got it.
So
Oh, got it.
once
We all my
once
talkative
this
friends.
once this airs next week, share it with whoever you want to share it with. Share the forum and be like, "Hey, perfect
I have
opportunity for you to
people in
share your
mind.
story." Boom. That's number 1. Number 2, this is how we end every single episode, so
Okay.
you have to do it this way. You're familiar with the Riff Ram chant, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna make you say it, but I'm gonna ask you what your favorite 2-word combo of that chant is. Could be Riff Ram, could be something else. What is your favorite like 2-word combo of the Riff Ram chant?
Oh my god. Um, Bazoo.
Oh, you're the first Bazoo. You're the first
Really?
Bazoo.
I think that one's so fun. Is it Riff Ram mostly?
Mostly Riff
Or Lickety
Ram.
Lickety?
Lickety Lickety is
That
mine.
one's fun. It rolls off the tongue. Really fun.
A couple of students said, can I say give him hell?"
That's
I
what
was
I
like,
was thinking in my brain.
"It ain't 2, but I'll give it to you,
That's
right?"
what I was
Like,
like. I was like, but it's not 2 words. I'm just
no,
gonna
for
say
sure.
Bazoo.
I'll take it. It's a phrase. So if it's give him hell, you could have that. And if it's Bazoo, you would be the first Bazoo.
Yes.
So
Rise up, Bazooers. That's the best part.
oh, okay. I'm rocking with it. I love the
Rise.
chant too. All right, this has been another episode, Dorm Diaries at TCU here with Corey and Olivia. This
Thank
episode, thank you
you.
for coming through. And as always, tune into the next episode because we have more students, more stories living on campus here at TCU. Peace out.